We are live here with the mic'd up savages. Murph, how we doing today?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic. You know, the boys, they're doing their thing, man.
What is it? As of what? June 17th, the boys are on an 8-game win streak. 9 of their last 10 games. What is it? 14 in a row at home, Murph.
14 in a row, franchise. Well, is it tied for a franchise record? They break it.
I think they may have broken it. And then their record at home, 29-7. What are we thinking about that, Murph? Are we feeling unstoppable at home?
We are feeling unstoppable at home, and that's going to be crucial, especially going into the postseason, because these boys right now are on track to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And if they can do that, like we've seen in years past, like this isn't just this team, but this team is just capitalizing on it more. Like we saw in 17, the boys couldn't lose when they're at home. Even though those cheating Astros, they were at home and they were just dogging them, right? And then we get on the road.
Back home, we would have won every.
Yeah. And you saw, and then last year you saw in the postseason, if we were playing at home, we would have dusted the Red Sox because Dan would have gone like 3 for 4 with 3 home runs or something ridiculous like that. So this team obviously plays really good at home. They take advantage of it. And that's not something just exclusive to them, mind you. But yeah, it feels like we're unstoppable at home. It feels like it doesn't matter what the lead is. We're going to win.
Doesn't matter who the team is, who the opponent is. We're ready. And against AL East teams this year, we've been ready.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that the boys, no matter what, haven't given up. We lead the league with, I think it's 8 walk-offs.
Yep, 8.
I also saw a stat before we get into that final Cubs game that we didn't recap. The Yankees have the highest comeback rate in the major leagues. So no lead is safe when the Yankees are down in the last inning by at least 1 run. And when the Yankees are up, they have the highest closing out rate with, I think it's been 100% with a lead thus far.
Yeah.
I think that. So if not, maybe we've lost one.
It's a high win percentage regardless.
The Yankees are dogs. The evil empire is back. And
man, I mean, this is just something we didn't see last year. Like last year you saw this team and you're just like, oh dude, hopefully they could just get through it, right? The pen is tough, but this has got just a completely different feel from last year. Like last year, like Yankee fans were trying to trick themselves into believing in that team and kind of like, yeah, we can make a playoff run. Yeah, sure. We believe that, right? And then now it's like this year, it's like without a doubt, I think people are like, if you're still hating on this team, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. You should be enjoying this stretch of baseball. Like, obviously,
it's a fun team to watch. It's not just winning blowout games. They're winning the 1-0 games. The pitchers are going out there and shoving when they need to. Key situations, guys are coming through. It's fun to watch. It's highlight baseball.
It's highlight baseball, man.
So, Murph, can we talk about the last game after we sweeped the Chicago Cubs in the Bronx, in the boogie down, breaking out the brooms? Let me start with the pitching before you get into the electric off. Pitching for the day, not Ben Weddles. He did pitch this game. Jameson Taillon versus Zach Thompson. He is 6-1 on the year. He had a 3 ERA coming into this game. Yankees decided to change that a little bit. Jameson Taillon went 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned, 5 Ks. His season ERA is at a 2.93 ERA. Miguel Castro, clean inning for him. Love to see it. And Manny Benuelos, 3 innings to finish off the game. And somehow here on MLB it says he got a save. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's because he let runners on base that last inning. But that still doesn't make sense, you know? Like that's just not how that works. But
yeah.
Hey, we take those, man. We take those stats.
Yeah. Hell of a job with the Yankees, though.
Yeah, dude, hell of a job. Jameson had a really good, maybe not really good, but he had a solid outing, I'd say.
Yeah.
Solid outing. I give it a quality start. Yeah. I take that all day. Castro coming in with sweet relief, and then Manny doing a job. Like, dude, like this game's a blowout. Just get us through it. You can't possibly blow this lead. Just get us through this game. And he does a job, man, and it's an important job because imagine if we had to use another pitcher for this situation. That would have sucked, right? That would have hurt us a bit. Luckily, there was an off day, obviously, the next day. But still, you don't want to use an unnecessary arm. And Manny does a job for us. Hell of a job by the pitching. But jumping into this electric offense, dude. This offense came ready to play. They flex their muscles, and they do it freaking early, man. They do it in the first inning. They jump out. Cubs score early. They get one in the first. And it's like, oh.
I was sweating a little bit.
Yankee fans like, oh, wow, okay. Guess the Cubs came into play. And the Yankees said, hold my beer. They come out and they put a 5 spot on their heads right off the rip. Judgy goes 3 for 6 on the day. 2 runs. He'd have himself a hell of a day. Rizzo, 2 for 6. Yeah, an interesting decision, right? This was an interesting lineup because
LeMahieu?
I think Donaldson and Glaber were scratched from this lineup last minute. Glaber had bubble gut, I guess, so he got scratched last second.
Bubble gut.
Yeah, and then Carpenter, my man Carpenter gets the start, and he plays third base. I think that was a huge highlight for me. He could do it. He can go out there and play, and he goes 3 for 4, 7 RBIs. The man didn't know how to hit a double. He finally figured it out. Oh, I can hit the ball in play. Gotcha. That's crazy stuff. He had 2 home runs prior to that double. Insane, dude. This guy's a monster for us. Who else homered? Higgy getting himself a 2-homer day.
Bro, he hit the slowest pitch of all time, I think.
The slowest pitch of all time. Player comes in to pitch because, the Cubs are getting absolutely throttled at this point. They don't want it. They said, no mas, please. We're done. And Higgy said, I got to get one more for the road. I got to pat them stats, boy.
Tomahawk chopped it, too.
And he takes one, he pulls it. We take those for Higgy. Dude, that's what you need out of Higgy to just come out here and do a job. He goes 3 for 5 on the day. 2 ribbies, like we said, 2 homers. Gallo gets himself a hit, walks twice. No punchies. We take that. 2 ribby day for the boy. 2 ribby day. Gonzalez, the only guy who didn't show up to the party. Unfortunately, he goes 0 for 5. Not great.
Besides Izzy's fielding, I low-key like him in the bottom of the lineup. Like, he's earning my respect at the plate. Just the fielding, it's still, I don't trust it at all.
Dude, he's got 8 errors at this point on the year that are not counted. They're just gone. They're just like recorded hits for no reason.
He had like 15 errors this season.
Dude, he would be leading the league by at least 3 or 4 errors to this point.
He's feeding them under the table. He's like, if I get an error this game.
Either the Yankees are or he is. I don't know, man, but it's crazy. This guy's getting away with murder. But like you said, at the plate, I like him. He slaps the ball around. He gives a different look. It's like an Ichiro look in a sense. That's the way he just slaps the ball, takes it all parts of the field.
Right.
I like it.
Like a Johnny Damon-esque hitter.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't have the pop, as much pop.
He has yet to put one out of the yard, which sucks. Hopefully he figures that out. Hopefully he figures that aspect out. He's come close a couple times, but unfortunately he's yet to get it out. But he's been doing at the plate. I can't really complain, man. He's been productive. He's done his job. He gets 3 ribbies on the day. He goes 2 for 5, and he even scores.
Yeah. I mean, hell yeah. I mean, it's just everyone overall did the job, and it's just you love to see it.
Yeah, you love to see it, man. Everyone came out to play. It was a great team win, top and bottom. Just sunning the Cubs, like we said, ripping out the brooms, getting them out of town.
Marcus Stroman, you're lucky we didn't face you.
Oh, you're so lucky, man. You are so lucky.
He talks way too much smack. And Clint Frazier, I'm sorry, you're back where you belong in the minor leagues, and that's where your home will be for the rest of your career.
Yikes.
Sorry, had to say it.
Had to be done.
Well, Yankees win 18-4. Commanding series victories. Nothing else besides, just pure domination from the boys. Now we get that day off, Murph, and we head into a little bit more of a tougher series. our wannabe rivals in the Tampa Bay Rays, and our ex pitcher Corey Kluber goes on the mound against our paid ace Garrett Cole. And what did Garrett Cole do today, Murph? He showed out in Game 1 versus the Rays. 6 innings, 5 hits, 0 earned, 7 punchies. Wandy Peralta to follow it up. Gets a hold. King back in his groove. Clay Holmes, 10 save of the year, lowers his ERA to a 0.30 ERA. Murph.
Guy's a monster.
Starting out with Garrett Cole, man. Well, starting out with the bullpen at least. The bullpen did phenomenal this game. In a game where runs were very sparse and unearned.
Yeah.
The Yankees pitching did amazing. But Garrett freaking Cole, man, sunned everyone in that lineup.
Yeah, dude, he's finally kind of conquered his demon in G-Man Choi, right? Like, I think everyone, that's like literally every time you see those two match up, everyone wants to highlight, G-Man Choi is just destroying Garrett Cole at every turn. And finally, Cole is starting to flip the script. He's starting to get it down pat. He's starting to sun G-Man Choi a bit. He has a really, really good outing, a much needed outing. His second solid outing in a row, right?
Yep.
So. No, the last one was Minnesota. So this is actually the bounce back outing. He needed this outing, right? And this is 6th win of the year. Yeah. I don't ever want to think about that Minnesota outing, but
nope, that's in the past. That is a Garrett Cole of the past. It won't happen again.
It won't happen again. He just got all the bad ones out there. But he showed up when it mattered the most against the wannabe rivals, like you said. If I'm being honest, this Rays team is garbage, man.
The only hitter on this team, in my opinion, okay, I'll give 3 guys. Wander.
Yep.
Rosarena.
Yep.
Choi. I'll give one more. Margot. But he's not legit Margot.
I wouldn't say Margot's legit either, just based on his former Friar days.
I'm not really afraid of this team. A guy that has
dude. I'd say I put Diaz over Margot.
Yeah. I'm more afraid of their pitching staff. That's the Yankees pitching can shut them down, as we've seen across the 3 games. But we need to be able to, like, we beat him in the Trop. We did. We beat him in the Trop, correct? Yes.
Yeah, we split that. Did we split it? We split that series. Yeah, we split that series in Trop. And we were playing with like half a roster because I remember Stan was down.
We put up a lot more runs.
Yeah.
We scored all our runs the other day. You just run out of a little bit of electricity. And when you have that big of a lead, it's hard to, get motivated that next day. Especially, I feel like Yankees after off days don't really do that well. Like, we win,
I feel that.
But it's not like
especially after blowouts.
Yeah.
I think after blowouts, they don't really repeat blowouts that much. It's normally like blowout, kind of off day, blowout. They might still win. They probably still win the off day. I could say that. That's great that I could still say they could probably win the off day, right?
As of today, we could still win that off day.
We can still win that off day. But yeah, like I think you said, this Rays team is just like their offense is just non-existent, man. And I felt this way about this team for a long time. Like the last 3 or 4 seasons, I'm like, who's hitting on this freaking team, man?
Like how are they winning games?
Yeah, how are they manufacturing runs? Like you see, like, dude, 1 through 9. It's just like you said, there's maybe 3, max 4 guys in this lineup I actually fear. Like, I don't care about anybody else in this line. Like Mejia, whatever, man. Walls.
He got lucky once.
Walls talk shit and he's hitting 146. Like, bro, get out of my face. You have a 493 OPS. Like, dude.
Bro was one of their top prospects and he's talking shit to
horrible
fans. And like, he said they were like, we got 10 games. We got a lot of games with them this season and we'll be there for all of them to take. And we're going to take the series this year. As of right now, I think we've already almost won the season series. Maybe we probably have a lot more games.
6-2 right now, right? It was 3. We won. No, excuse me. It's 5-2. So we still play them in the Trop next week or this weekend. Nope, next week. Next week we play them in the Trop. That's going to be another interesting one. But yeah, dude, if I'm being honest, I don't really. I'm not scared of this team. I'm scared of their pitching. I think, like you said, their pitching is elite. Kluber seems to have gotten our number. He somehow takes an L despite not giving up an earned run.
I didn't understand.
And their defense is horrible, man. Their defense is so bad. Like, what is that?
It's pitiful. Like, it's
like what?
I feel bad for watch. They were just throwing the ball around the yard, and
they can't catch pop flies. Yeah. Pop flies, routine pop flies. You see Phillips. Phillips was ugly because of the face he made.
Margot's beard pisses me off so much. It's not even. It's growing like here, like this. Right.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that puffy beard. Bro. I'm not a big fan of it either, but yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not scared of this team. Like, again, the only really good part about this team is the fact they have a really good bullpen and really good pitching, which is crazy because they've only got like 4 stars on this team.
Yep.
Maybe 5 when Tyler comes back. If he comes back, I still don't know what his status is.
Again, he has to go through rehab starts. It won't be till after All-Star break.
Yeah.
And that, again, at the rate they're going with this, it could just be the Yankees and the Jays.
In the Sox. I think I put the Sox over these guys now because the Sox, at least, they can manufacture runs like no other, man. But
this team in the AL Central with the Twins is competing for a second-place spot. Like,
yeah.
And possibly even in first place when everyone healthy.
I don't know. Maybe they can figure it out and they can start producing runs, but like I don't know, man. I don't.
There's just no. I don't know what happened in a year.
I don't fear any of their hitters. Like Arozarena doesn't feel like that same power hitter he was like in years past. Choi's like the only real power hitter they got, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's playoff Arozarena, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, the Arozarena playoffs is electric, so we'll see. Maybe he can get back there and produce something like that. But yeah, I'm not really scared about anybody in this team, if I'm being honest. Just Choi, Arozarena. Maybe Franco, if he ever comes back to face us.
What even happened with him?
I don't remember. I really don't. I think I want to say core, maybe, like an oblique thing. I don't even know.
Yeah. Those normally keep you out a while, but Yankees win this game 2-0. Hell of a game overall, in my opinion, if you like pitching. Yankees bullpen, electric. King seems to be back on track, and Clay stays nails. Bro, I saw a tweet, cardiac Clay. I'm calling him that from now on. Man has the slowest heart rate in all baseball. He don't fear nothing. The only fear he has is, is my sinker going to be accurate that day? But he still always he figures his shit out, man, and he makes me happy.
He's nails, man.
What?
He's nails.
Yeah, it's pure nails. And I saw conversations about when Chapman comes back. Is Boone gonna have to make a decision? You know what? The only way I'd say he gets, he doesn't close a game is if he was used the day before. And we have to throw Chapman out there to go save it.
I don't like how Booney's kind of leaving it open. He's like closer by committee. It's just like, dude, just be honest. Just be like, Holmes got the main closer job until he loses it. And then Chapman's going to come in probably maybe every other day if necessary to close. Yeah. Like, if anything, this is much better for Chapman because he's going to get a lot more work in. Like,
and it's good for Holmes.
And it's good for Holmes. You get him off his feet. He doesn't have to close every game. Chapman doesn't have to worry about closing every game. They kind of just like that. So maybe it isn't a horrible idea to have him go like alternate almost. So that way, you get. I think Chapman needs the most work out of both of them.
Yeah,
and that's only because he's going to come back from injury. He's going to be out of it for a while. He needs to find it again. And he's the type of guy who, like, if you rest him for like 4 or 5 days, it's going to be a nightmare the next time he comes out. He needs that consistent work.
Facts. I'm just worried that maybe they'll choose the wrong days to go back to back with Holmes. Like I prefer him in like if we're looking to sweep or I think if we win game 1 by a blowout, or if we win game 1 and Clay has to come in and save it, and we win game 2, and you were not so confident in that game 3 against the starter, please pitch Holmes to save it in the 9th of the game 2. But put him on a back-to-back and then rest him 2 days, kind of thing, you know?
Well, we kind of had that in this, right? Because it's like we had to use him in game 1. Game 2, we probably shouldn't have had to use him. We were up 4-0, right? 4-0 early, 4-1. And then game 3, you know, Sevy gets scratched, and all of a sudden we got to go basically to a bullpen game. Like Clark Schmidt's not built enough to go deep. We'll talk about more of this when we get there. But bottom line is we kind of had that situation, right? We used them back-to-back days. Game 3, we're like, oof, who are we going to close the game out? And then King does a job for us. So King's kind of stepped up in that late inning role as well. So and we're going to get guys back. What was that?
He's doing what King was doing, but better.
Yeah.
You know? But we'll get to that. Shout out Clark.
Shout out
supporter.
Clark.
But game numero 2, Murph. I'll recap the pitching because, you know, offense is your kind of deal.
My kind of deal.
Your kind of deal. We got Cortez versus Shane McClanahan. Murph, I'm going into this game. I'm a little worried. But first, you got to appreciate Shane going out there, shoving 6 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 2 homers. But Cortez matches it, in my opinion. 5 innings, 5 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks kill, 4 Ks. Wandy, inning and 2/3, shut piece. Castro, not a clean. I need more clean outings from him. 2 earned. Lucas Lecky gets an out, and then Clay Holmes comes in, slams the door again. Just cardiac Clay again. 0.29 ERA on the year. Murph, Yankees win the game. But how the hell do they win the game, Murph?
They come out and they attack McClanahan, specifically Judgy. He jumps on the board early for us, taking him. It was opposite field, right? Took it right field. Right center-ish. Not really.
Sir.
But, hey, we take those, man. Home run number 25 in the first off McClanahan.
On a curveball inside, too. He punched that the other way.
Yeah. That was huge, dude, because McClanahan's he's no joke, man. He's a very good pitcher. He's one of the better pitchers in the AL right now. He leads the AL in strikeouts, right? Maybe even the league.
98 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's a monster, dude. He's one of the real weapons they got out of that starting rotation. And he's been good for a while. So to get a home run off of him, to get 2, you know, bad defense again. Like I said, Phillips, what are you doing, bud? Drops that one bad out there. Not picking his boy up. Gets 2 on. And my boy Higgy comes up to the plate and he says, you know what? It felt good homering again. Let me just go ahead and do that again. And he takes him for a 3-run shot. Puts the boys up 4-3. And the boys only got 3 hits, man. So that was an important 3-run homer from Higgy.
Higgy's, you know, maybe maybe the game against Cubs is exactly what he needed. You know,
maybe, man, maybe it's just he needs to just keep finding this type of production. I'm not asking him to go 5 for 5 every day. I just need production.
Home run either.
Yeah, just get on base, get hit, get a walk. You know, do something. Get on base for me. Be productive. Don't be 177 average, Higgy. At least 240, man. Just give me the average.
Yeah.
We'll be cool. The league average. But yeah, he's doing it. He did it big for us, man. And that was a really important home run, like I said. Funny because, you know, Castro wasn't having a bad outing. Unfortunately, he records the first 2 outs quick, I think, right?
Yeah, very quick.
He gets the first 2 outs quick. He looks like he's going to do good, and then he hits a Rosarena. No, does he give up a hit? He gives up a single, right? And then hits a Rosarena or something like that? I can't remember the order. I remember he hit a Rosarena. I remember he gave up a hit. I just don't remember the order. Anyways, 2 runners on, and then the boys decide to bring in Licky. And Licky says, Castro, I'm not going to pick you up. I got to make myself look better. Gives up the 2 runs for Castro. Licky, what are you doing, boy? You know, you're fighting for a job here, man. Not a great look.
I think he's the first one off in the bullpen. Yeah, I like him. When he's good,
it's weird because he's kind of efficient at times. Like you see the way he at times he pitches and you can see that efficiency and he gets killed by soft contact. But I don't know, man. It's just like if I'm looking statistically, I think I agree with you. I think I have to go Licky off the board first, but I know they won't want to do that. I think they'll lean towards sending a guy like Ron or Schmidt down because that's just how they are.
I meant like first guy that's okay. Let me rephrase. First guy that's been on this team for like since last year.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't think Clark is gonna go. I think Clark would stay first before because he can give length.
It depends because Herman's coming back soon. Herman's coming back. Chapman's coming back.
Where the hell does Herman fit into? Do we run us off? What is it? What are we already?
We're gonna do is I think we're gonna do a 6-man rotation because I think that's just what they've done in the past, especially because you're looking, little mind games. Next game, Sevy, like I said, Sevy's supposed to pitch game 3. He gets scratched for COVID. Normally that's
COVID recovery.
Hey, man, that's a record. They should call up Guinness because that boy just recovered in COVID in less than like 3 hours.
Clark Schmidt was in the bullpen chilling, and they said, "Yo, you're starting."
Hey, big dog, you're starting.
He's like, "What?" He's like, "I didn't even."
He had to treat. He said he had to treat it like he was coming out of the pen because it was just so last second. Like he just couldn't change anything about his preparation, right?
Yeah,
and I think it actually helped him. You just jump in and like Yankees win 4-3.
Like a starter.
Yeah, jumping into game 3. Let's just jump in at game 3. The Yankees won 4-3 in game 2. Game 3, go ahead and give us the Clark Schmidt stat line, man.
All right, I have a fun way to end the game for this one. But Murph, what are you doing? How you doing? Clark Schmidt versus Jalen Beeks. Who the hell is he? Never heard of you. Clark Schmidt goes 3 innings, 1 hit, 5 punchies. What do you know? Former Red Sox Ryan Weber, 3 2/3, 2 hits, 1 earned. Hell of a debut for the Yankees. Please don't ever pitch for us again. We've killed you in the past. You have a career ERA of 24 against us. I can't have a guy that can pitch on our team. What do you next thinking? Ronnie Marciano coming in 1 1/3, 1 Ks. Then we don't have to use Clay Holmes all the time. King comes in, does his job, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Murph, hell of a job by Clark Schmidt.
Yeah,
helping out and picking up the quickest and fastest COVID survivor in Luis Severino.
Yeah, that was insane, man. Again, this dude, Sevy, diagnosed with COVID, or not diagnosed, I guess, but he goes on the COVID IL prior to the game, like an hour before or something like that. Ridiculous. They go, all right, he's got COVID. Clarky, you got the mound, bud.
Get over
after the game, right after the game, literally the last pitch crosses and they get the out. And then they go, hey, Clarky, turns out Sevy didn't have COVID after all. He's back on the team. Weber, you're gone.
Clark just got out the toilet because he's still nervous.
Dude, Clark is shitting bricks at this point. Clark is like, what?
The game's over. And he's still shitting bricks.
Dude, it was, hell of an outing. And I think he could have gone for it if it wasn't for that damn Mejia at bat where he just took him like 13 pitches deep or something ridiculous like that. And he was making good pitches. It's not like those were bad pitches. And like, credit to Mejia. He's fouling off really good pitches, a lot of knuckle curves in the dirt. And Mejia's fishing them out, spoiling them. Hell of an outing from Schmidt. This is exactly what you needed to see from him. And this is what's going to buy him a lot of time and give him a solidified spot in this pen. Especially since, odds are another guy's going to get skipped and he might get called on now. They might not have to go in the minors to go get a guy. They might be like, hey, Schmidt, do what you did again, man. Give us 4.
3 innings in you today?
Give us 3 to 4, man, and we're good. We can roll with that, right? And especially if a guy Herman does come back. You can piggyback off each other. That's awesome.
He goes 3. Herman goes 3. He goes 3, and then you got your normal lineup for bullpen.
Yep. Perfect, man. And that way you got your tag team 6 starter, because I've heard a lot of rumors that they might go after a 6 starter. But if you can piggyback a Schmidt and a Herman together, it's like, there you go. You don't need to go get a guy.
Go get a bat.
Go get a bat, man. Go get a bat. But yeah, like you said, Weber, feel bad for the guy in a sense. He's like, finally, get a shot back in the league with the Yankees. Oh, I'm gone. I didn't even get to unpack my bag. I'm gone already. I barely stopped out of the shower, and Booty's like, hey, we already packed your shit.
You mean my stuff was being packed while I was throwing my 3 2/3? They told him, they said, I need the ball. The bus is waiting for you.
Hey, homie. Bus is ready, revved up. Nice knowing you. Not really. You're gone.
Yo, can we talk about Ron doing a hell of a
electric, man. He's been electric.
Again, he hasn't really pitched in, as meaningful games, but I think his past 2 to 3 outings that he's had, they've been in either close games or tied games, and he's succeeded. And I need to see this out of younger guys, because maybe he ends up in a starting rotation spot in the future. Maybe he sticks in the bullpen, and he's good. He has a filthy slider and a nasty changeup out of the bullpen, and he doesn't really seem bothered.
7 outings in a row, he hasn't given up a run at all, and that's huge. Again, he's boosting his stock by doing this type of thing.
He's lowered his ERA a full 3 points.
Yeah, dude, it's huge. I mean, if you look at it, really, he's only had 2 really bad outings, and then after that, it's just been like he's settled in. He's doing a job. I think he's getting comfortable, and you see just how nasty he is. And then you see King, man. Dude. When King is on, I don't know if anybody can hit him. Just the motion he gets, the lateral movement he gets on that pitch of his.
It's both ways from the
filthy, bro.
It's
filthy. It's ridiculous, man. He is a unicorn, man. We got this guy for nothing. I don't think people really realize that. We got this guy as a throw-in, a player to be named later, essentially. That was pretty much his deal. And he's come in, and he was supposed to be a starter, but I think he just been so good for us out of the pen. I don't think I can look back. I think I need him to stay here and just be electric out of the pen. Yeah, and we did it. I think the most impressive part about this victory was we did it with essentially our B squad in terms of pitchers, right? These are not the core guys, other than King. The first 3 guys are not.
Bro, Weber's the D squad, bro.
Yeah, Weber's not on the team anymore. That's how non-existent he is, right?
He got sent down quicker than I've ever seen anyone get sent down quicker.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. They at least give him the night. They give him until tomorrow morning, and they'd be like, all right, dude, wake up. You got to go, right? Bro, not this guy. They couldn't wait to get him off the team.
Yo, Trevino, this is his first start in 3 games. You didn't just rested him?
Yeah, I think just rest.
Because he played a long stretch of baseball before that.
Yeah, he was getting the miles in. And, again, another quiet day from the offense, except for Rizzo, the only guy who shows up, and he shows up in a big way, man. And you could feel it, man. When he gets the RBI, ties the game in the bottom of the 6th, and then we're going in the bottom of the 9th. King does his thing. He gets that hold or win or save, whatever you want to call it. And then you see who's up. You see Judge, you see Rizzo, and you see Stan. And automatically you're like, one of these guys is doing it. One of these guys is winning this game. I was hoping it'd be Judgy, because I think that would have been electric.
2 in the same year, dude.
Yeah, I think that would have been electric. But hey, Rizzo says, you can't do it. I'll do it. And he goes, yeah, man. He takes him yard. He does his thing. He wins the game for the boys. This guy right here wins it for the boys.
Boom. Tony 2 times with 2 walk-offs this month.
In the gritty. Forgot about that. Bringing back the gritty for the boys. Don't like it. I'm not going to lie, dude. Not a great look.
I wish I could roll the clip, but it was just...
it's awkward. It's awkward.
It's not
really, only Glaber can hit the gritty, and even Glaber isn't the greatest at it, but if I'm looking at anybody hit the gritty, I'd rather be Glaber.
Yep.
But hey,
you know who I want to see gritty?
who?
Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo. He probably hits a mean gritty. Let's be honest. He hits a mean gritty. Speaking of Joey Gallo,
Hamilton just flips you off.
he said, "Hey, he's not about it." They pinch hit for poor little Gallo in this game. They put Glaber in. Unfortunately, he punches out.
Yo, Marlon's gotta go.
You think Marlon's gonna go? Dude, he made a hell of a play out there, though.
I know, but I like if he's gonna play for someone who's sitting, he can't be.
The problem is,
or 8.
I would agree with you, but he's our backup shortstop.
I know.
Like, we don't have anybody else. Yeah. Like, Glaber cannot go back. He cannot go back to short.
Not once this year. He's not going back.
No, dude, he's too comfortable at second. I don't want to see him go back to short and risk messing that up. Even though he could be doing just as good at shortstop as Kiner is right now. But people will be like, here we go again, right? They'll be like down this kid's throat the moment he makes any sort of error. Yeah. But yeah, I think unfortunately, until we can find a better alternative, maybe it's Peraza, man. Maybe they say Gonzalez hit the road. Peraza, you're coming up.
Yeah,
it'll be our backup shortstop. Like, you get your feet wet. Who knows? But yeah, as of right now, unfortunately, Marwin's just a super util guy. This is one of those situations where I wish we kind of had Tyler Wade, man. Like, I miss Tyler Wade. He was a super util guy, play outfield. But
Marwin's a switch though, and
Marwin is a switch. And he's got a little bit more power upside to him. Normally, unfortunately, this year we kind of haven't seen it, and I don't really blame him too much because he hasn't gotten a lot of consistent play.
Yeah,
right. It's tough to be a bench guy and get in maybe once every 5 games, and you can't complain because the team's winning.
Yeah,
right. If the team was losing, you're just like, come on, look at this bum out there, right?
Let me go out there.
Let me be out there, right? You can't do that when the team is doing its thing out here and they were winning against everyone. They sweep the Rays out of town. They get 7 straight.
Bro, we put the AL East on watch. And the Sox have won, I don't know how many games out of their last, 20. Excuse me. Out of their last 20. And these guys haven't gained a game. They've actually lost a game.
Yeah, I think they've lost half a game in that run that they've had.
I think that's just shows the dominance of this Yankee team. That not only are they knocking people back, but they're winning enough games that when you lose a game, you're gonna have to win at the same pace as we are if you're gonna maintain your position.
I'm almost concerned, bro, because I don't know what it's like for us to lose anymore. And that's concerning.
Because, if we lose the game, are we going to go into, depression?
I can't justify that, because we're 47-16.
Are you talking
at this point, right? After we sweep the Rays, we're 47-16. And it's like, how can you complain, right? When are they going to lose? You'd think maybe they lose against Toronto. We might as well go to the game. We did it. We watched it tonight. The boys, they said, Toronto who, man? We don't care about you.
So game 1.
Game 1 of the Toronto.
In the 6th, we got Jordan Big Monty, the pillar of the Yankees, the man who he goes, we go. Goes 6 innings, 2 earned, 5 Ks. His ERA is now at a 2.72. Phenomenal. Banuelos goes an inning and a third, gives it a run, 2 walks, and a K. Miguel Castro, night and day over here, gets 2 outs, and Licky finishes it off. But by the time Banuelos is out of the game, man, it's over. Pretty much. And the Yankees pitching cruise control. Hell of a game by Montgomery.
People need to recognize Monty is a GOAT, man. He's the pillar of this team. I'm telling you, this is what he does. People don't understand.
Give him a lead, and you won't lose it.
You won't lose it, man. He's Mr. Dependable out there. He just looks so comfortable out there. I don't think people realize, this guy is the silent assassin in this rotation. They look at guys like Cortez, Cole, Sevy, Jameson now. They don't see poor Monty. And he goes out there.
No one's talking about Monty.
Nobody's talking about Monty, man. Nobody's giving him his flowers, dude. He's quality star after quality star after quality star after quality star, man. His one loss, this is still a quality start. Like, nobody realizes this. I think he gave up one run in that loss, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
Still won 5 or 6.
Yeah, dude. Like, he's gonna give you 5 Ks, like, without a doubt. It's gonna be 5 punchies, regardless of what happens.
Every single time.
Every time. Maybe he gives you 7, the one spike of 7, but it's back to 5.
If you want to bet 5, if you want to bet the over on Monty K's, bet it, because he's always getting 5 or above.
That's it, man. He's giving 5. This dude is Mr. Dependable, man. Like, I got to give this guy gas every time he pitches, man, because I don't think enough people do it, right? He's just having a career season.
If he watches this, he's going to know we gassed him up.
Dude, every time, Monty, we're gassing you, man. I'm a big fan of Jordan Montgomery. He's Mr. Dependable in this rotation. Again, like, if you're looking for an ideal 3 out there, any team, Angels especially, you're looking for that perfect 3 guy. This is him. He turns over the rotation so beautifully.
Too bad the Angels aren't going to get him.
No, because they suck, and they might lose Ohtani. More on that maybe at the end of this.
And they lost Anthony Rendon
for the season. Again, by the way, they did it last year. They lost him for the whole season. Again.
He's taking some hints from Hicks, bro.
Yeah, he says, oh, dude, I can get paid and just not play?
You mean to say insurance will pay me, not the team, and I don't have to play? Okay.
Big bet. Yeah, and the rest of the pen, they do their job, man. I mean,
just their
at
job.
This point, it's a blowout. The offense flexes muscles. I mean, in the 4th, you get 2 runs, and you're just like, oh, we got 2 runs in the 4th. Yes, we did it. We got 2 runs.
And after the Rays series, we're thinking we're scoring 4.
Yeah, we're like 4 or 5 is cool. And then they say, no, man, that's not good enough for us. In the 5th, they put up an 8 spot, man. An 8 spot. Stan homers. And by the way, that's Stan at bat. I kind of called his home run. Like, I was thinking, like, I was looking at him. They were showing he had 13 home runs. I'm like, that feels kind of low. And I was like, he must be due. He must be due. And then, boom, sure enough, opposite field, he takes it down the line.
His Oppo homers look so powerful.
Yeah,
dude.
They look mean, man. Like, it doesn't even, like, he just slaps it. And he's just like a fly. Like, he's slapping it like a fly out.
It looks like a lefty hits it, too. The way it comes off the bat, but it's on Carl Stan. What do you expect?
He's a monster, man. He's all upper body. Like, if he were to learn how to use his lower body in some swings, man, he would just be hitting 500 bombs.
No one could sit in the outfield.
No, man. It'd be too dangerous. It'd be a liability. Stan homers 14th of the year. LeMahieu says, I want what he's having. His 6th home run of the year. Back-to-back on him. Rizzo, he comes out. He says, ooh, don't mind if I do. A grand slam, man. A grand slam for the man, Rizzo.
Tony, 2-time and Rizzo. Papa.
And then Gallo said, well, I can't let my Italian stallion down, man. He goes out there and he gets himself a home run, man. It's beautiful. 9th of the year. Oh, my God. In the 9th.
He has 9 homers this year?
9 homers, man. Who would have thought it, man? Nobody's recognized. They want to hate on him too much. They don't realize right field Gallo. He's a monster, man. Right field Gallo's a bit of a monster. Right field batting 7 below Gallo. He's a monster. And he's going out the stash. I think that stash is going to give him powers, man.
He batted 7th this game.
And 7th below, man. I'm telling you, 7th below.
Sometimes, no, I meant he played left field this game. But sometimes when he plays left field,
it's the stash. The stash canceled it out. It's the stash. No, okay, it was stash. I forgot Stan played.
Why are they doing my man? I understand. Why are they doing Carpenter so dirty?
What do you mean?
He hasn't been playing.
I don't know, man. What do you want? Didn't he play back to back? He played the Cubs. And he played the Rays.
Did he play against the Rays?
Yeah, he played against the Rays.
Oh, wait, yeah, never mind. He faced McClanahan after. Yeah, he wasn't going to play
McClanahan. He got kind of dusted, but he popped off against the Cubs. I mean, he played back to back. He'll probably get some time tomorrow. Actually, has Stan played 4 in a row now? Did he play all the Rays?
I think he played
that one. Play that one. He played that. Oh yeah, I think Stan's due for some time off. So yeah, he might get a DH spot.
Yeah. Yo, we got Manoah tomorrow, and Severino's got game 3.
Fastest COVID bounce back I've ever seen.
Who knows?
Fastest.
Leon Watts for another record. Toronto lost for you, bro, for the season. I think.
Yeah, I think they're secretly happy about that though. Because he's been pitching like crap, and we dominate him. It's not funny. We're really good.
We sunned him in LA, and we sunned him.
Yeah, like, hey, bro, it doesn't matter where you go, Ryu will find you, man. You want to come to our division?
Hide your kids, hide your wife. We coming for you too.
I didn't like that. I
didn't like it either.
I liked it. I didn't like that. Made me uncomfortable, man. But hey, the boys, they do their thing. They win 12-3. 12 runs on 14 hits. Bro, electric stuff. Kirk is a funny looking man, and I don't like it, but I also love it.
Much, dude.
I don't like him, but at the same time, I love him, man. Like, it's ridiculous what he's doing with that body. I can tell you, man. You know Cortez's quote. Underneath this body, there's an athlete. That's not what Kirk's saying. Underneath this body, he's saying there's still this body. It's still this. And he jiggles.
I'm not an athlete, but there's this body.
I'm just tricking all of you into thinking this. And he's hitting 318, man, and he puts a solo shot that hits the foul pole or net. It almost looks like a net. Is it a net? Is it a foul net?
There's a net in the foul pole at Toronto.
So they have a foul net? That's stupid. That's to be against the rules. That's not allowed. Illegal.
So the thing is, originally foul poles were supposed to have the net to catch it when it curves.
Uh-huh.
Then they made it metal, which is supposed to be a pole.
That's what it should be. They left
the net out there because they're,
illegal. Not allowed. Illegal.
Not
allowed. Anyways, the boys still do their thing. They are now, at this point, they have won 8 straight. They are 48-16 with a 750 winning percentage. They have a plus 140 run differential. They are the best in the league. They do it every which way. Comebacks, stay ahead, dominant, close ones. They don't care, man. They did what they had to do, and they got one off the board early in Toronto. They face Manoah tomorrow. He's a guy who's had our number in the past. So that's be the matchup to look out for. See what happens there. Who's pitching tomorrow for us?
Tyone versus Manoah. I'm nervous for game 3, though, because it's Kikuchi.
You're nervous for Kikuchi?
Yeah, he's had our number all year. He has.
All right, dude.
We've lost the past 2 starts against him, bro.
All right, dude. I didn't know you're a big Kikuchi guy over here. My bad, man.
I'm not a big Kikuchi guy.
It's okay, man. It sounds like you're a big Kikuchi guy. I didn't know you're Mr. Toronto over here.
I'm not Mr. Toronto over here, bro. All right,
man.
We win tomorrow. Technically today.
Technically today. As we were recording this, technically today.
Today.
Late one for you guys. Dude. I'm excited for tomorrow. Or today. Tomorrow.
I think we win. We're the first team to 50 wins at this pace. Easily. Right?
Yeah, unless there's a colossal implosion. Yeah, they should be the first team to 50 wins. And it's not even close, man. Nobody's close to them. The next best record is the Mets at 43-23. So unless the Yankees were to lose 7 and the Mets win 7 in a row, it's not happening. They're going to be the first 50-win team. If they take care of Toronto, man.
I think next on our hit list, bro, Houston.
We're coming for you.
I'm a little bit worried about playing the Trop, but we did win.
We split in the Trop, bro. I mean, we take those.
Let's just go win the Trop.
Survive on the road, man. Just survive on the road. And they've been doing more than that. They've actually got a winning record on the road.
A good winning record on the road.
Yeah, and a decent winning record at that. Like, normally it's like, ooh, on the road. But, this year it feels good,
As of yesterday. As of game 3 of the Rays series, if the Yankees went 500 the rest of the way, they would finish with 96 wins.
Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. And they could easily do that.
I'm just, like, the first half isn't even close to being over. We've got almost a month left. And the Yankees play. The Yankees have like maybe 2 off days.
Yeah, they're playing 20 and 20, which sucks. But hey, I think this is actually kind of better for the team because it kind of helps them build that momentum and keep going and keep grinding out these outings. If I'm being honest, I think the most nervous I am, the series I'm most nervous about, probably other than the Trop, would be Oakland. Only because I'm worried that the boys might be like, oh, finally a cakewalk. We're taking on Oakland. And they might just, take it too easy.
Or like screw around and get hurt.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of worried about. But other than that, dude, I don't know who's beating this team.
Yeah. You were talking about before about Ohtani. I know I'm going to stray a little bit away from the Yankees before we finish up, but I've been seeing reports too. What's the whole thing about Ohtani? Is like his contract almost up? What's going on?
Yeah, so he's a free agent after 2023. So next year is his last year with the Angels, and then he's a free agent. And they were doing contract extension talks like this spring training, and they went nowhere. Like not even any traction at all. And now it's like reports are coming out. They're like asking him about it, and he's like, "The biggest thing I want to do is win." Well, since his stint with the A's or the Angels, they haven't been winning, man. He hasn't even sniffed the playoffs.
They were winning this year a lot. They had an 83% chance before
they fired their manager. Like you don't go and win a World Series after you fire your manager.
You're tanking the rest of the way.
A third of the way, and then they lost their starting third baseman for the year. A very good one, although he's kind of been spotty for him. They still lost him for the year. He's on the hook for a lot of money. They still got Rendon and Trout on the hook for a lot of money. And the problem is I think Ohtani's asking for historic money, and he kind of deserves it the way he's playing. He's doing 2 things that nobody else in the sport can do.
I don't know who's going to give it to him, though, man.
Well, there's a lot of talks that he might be doing 4 years. He might do 4 years and then super money, I think it's like something ridiculous, like $200 million 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Like he's getting paid, man. He's going to get paid. Bowers? He's going to be Bauer. I think that's the talk. Yeah, dude, Bauer can't go out there and give you 36 home runs a year.
Yeah.
Right? Bauer right now isn't even pitching for whatever reason.
Yeah. Thank you, Manfred. I don't even. I can't discuss that stance. I don't even think we should.
No.
That's more of a private talk amongst all you friends out there.
Yeah.
And what else was I gonna say? The Atlanta freaking Braves, dude. 14. They just lost the game tonight. 14-1 to start June.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, the Albies too, and still go 14-1.
Yeah, and they were prior to losing, they were like 4 games behind the Mets, and now they're 5.5 because I think they lost, and then they didn't play the night before, and then they lost today, so they're now 5.5 back against the Mets. But hey, dude, that's a huge glow up, right? You started the season under 500. You're like, ooh, are we gonna have to start just selling parts? Kind of just maybe just a soft rebuild, not obviously blow it all up, but like get rid of the high leverage relievers and then maybe like prepare for next offseason. But no, they're starting to get back in the run, man. They're going to be in the mix for playoffs. Although our boy Nick did point out to me, they've had a pretty soft schedule. This run has been mostly off bad teams. I think it's teams like Chicago, obviously. I think the Pirates, I think KC, maybe Detroit. So they've had a really soft schedule.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's impressive nonetheless.
This is what you need to get hot.
Yeah. You need to get fat off the bad teams. That's what they say.
Yep.
And they're doing just that. And they will have a very competitive next stint.
Go get easy wins when you can so that you have the energy and you have the momentum to go beat the good teams, especially when you have a team running away with the NL East. But again, there's I don't know how many, months left. What?
A lot more.
4 or 5 months left.
Yeah, I think 4 and some
4 and a
change.
half.
4.5, something like that.
There's a lot of game left. So,
yeah, man, that's huge for them. And then my Friars. Well, they weren't. They're tied for first right now. But hey,
he's looking a little spotty now, dude.
They're looking sus, man. Especially since they're losing. They lost Walker Bueller for pretty much the whole year. He might come back in September.
Yeah.
That's a huge blow to them. They're gonna have their depth is gonna be tested because, that's a lot of injuries they've suffered in that starting rotation. So we'll see.
Yo, I'm telling you, once the Padres get Tatis back,
Dude.
Game. It's. I think they booked their ticket, but I think the Dodgers still have a nice run in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting how that division shakes up and how our division ends up shaking up. Because right now, I think if I were to redo the power rankings from last week, I would now switch Boston ahead of the Rays because I think the Rays have definitely got the pitching, but the Boston Red Sox have got the hitting for days. And pitching wins you championships, but if you can't score runs, man, it's like, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. Well, Murph, any closing remarks on the season at least this series, going forward for the Blue Jays series?
Win the series, man. If you can win the series somehow, some way, I think it's very much doable, very much possible. You're a big Kikuchi guy. I'm not. I think we're gonna dog him. I think Manoah is the guy we got to be worried about. He definitely has our number. But if they can hit him, then momentum's out of sky. Hey, dude, then we're sweeping. If we beat them today, we're sweeping them. I think that's just how it's going to go. We're going to sweep them.
110%.
Yeah, and I think we're going to go on a very good win streak. And then we're going to roll into the Trop. And if they can at least split at the Trop, again, we take those all day. I'll take I would hope they win the series because they have a full, healthy roster. And again, I think this Rays team is very bad. Not bad. They're average, man. They're nothing special.
Yeah. Well, Murph, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
Hottest team in baseball. And I'd say, like you said, win tomorrow, we sweep.
Yep.
The Yankees. We'll hopefully see you all Sunday night.
Sure, man.
Sunday night.